Hey guys, and welcome to the reboot. Welcome back to the Anime UK podcast. Hello everyone.
Yeah, I was your podcast first.
Yeah, we actually are a podcast first. It's just all that craziness has happened over the last 6 months that kind of sidetracked us. We both had some very busy lives, didn't we, Rebecca?
Yeah.
In this time, I will point out I did visit Japan and a load of anime conventions.
I visited anime conventions.
And you did. We actually had some really nice time at some anime conventions. I think we can do a quick speed run over some of the anime conventions we went to. You went to Amicon, didn't you?
I went to Arme.
Yes.
It was the people that made it. There's an artist.
Yeah.
It was a time. It was fun. Went to Hyper Japan.
I really enjoyed Hyper Japan, I will say that. You had a good time as well.
Yeah. Especially with all that free sake.
Yeah, we got so drunk afterwards, and then we went to Jollibee's, and
yeah.
Jollibee's has got super mid in this country, I've got to say that. Like, it used to be the best chicken in the country, chicken places in the country. Now it's like, well, at least the chips are still good. I'm trying to remember what else we did. I didn't actually I went to VNCon. I went to Toko for the day. VNCon was good. Did you hear me and Amy teamed up and we managed to come second in the photography contest? Yes. Beating her soon-be husband. that was quite a moment. Unfortunately, actually, I think for Rebecca, she's probably like, thank God this is lost media. I went up and did a speech, and Amy said it was like the most cringe ever. But there's one thing I did want to actually take this moment. There was one thing I felt really bad, and I almost went back up. I need to make one correction. I realised there was one person I didn't thank in my speech. It was you, Rebecca, because you always put up with my stupidity and crazy antics. So I'm sorry, I legit actually did feel bad at the time, because I did almost get. Amy's like, don't you dare get back on that stage.
I wasn't there.
I know, but it was a moment that I think of. She was like, you just sit there thanking every single. You literally thank the guy in the car park. You don't need to thank the guy in the car park. But yeah, and I'm trying to remember. I went to MCM October, which was a bit mid, I will admit. Yeah. And then what else did we do? Oh, and then HataruCon. That was fun. Yeah, I actually did cosplay chess for the first time. I can't believe all these years of being a cosplayer, I'd never done cosplay chess. I got contacted by a friend who was like, hey, we need people and we know you cosplay. And yeah, no, it was cool getting to do it. It was funny because someone was chatting about me. Like, oh, there's this really good Among Us cosplayer in there. And there's just this point where I had to walk across everything because I couldn't get back round the way I was supposed to. And everyone just laughed. It was a good time. So. This brings us up to our most recent convention, doesn't it, Rebecca?
Yep.
Well, what convention is that?
We went to Megacon last week.
You went to Megacon Live, because that's going to be a whole...
London. Excel Centre.
Megacon Live is a new Comic-Con in London. They have run twice in Birmingham. I think they're more an island thing. I believe they're...
And Manchester.
Oh yes, Manchester. They seem to be taking over all the places MCN doesn't want to go to. Yeah, Greed Pop, because they even got rid of one of the Birminghams, and that's where like they jumped in and said, oh, you're only doing one Birmingham, we're going to fill that other slot. So yeah, my understanding is it's actually run by the guy who used to own MCM, because Stuart Claw, remember Stuart Claw?
Yes.
He
of like
the old
MCM podcast.
Back in the day, there used to be this MCM podcast, and it was hosted by Granny Gertrude and Stuart Claw, and it was the most batshit thing ever. There used to be kind of a lot of us that used to like. I remember I actually got on there once. They actually put me on once. They were that desperate. I don't think I ever got the prize that they promised me. So, but yeah, it was really. It was. This was the first time that Megacon was running an event in London at the XL Centre, which was weird because I'd been to the XL Centre the week before. I seem to go to the XL Centre a lot now. Now I got to also go to that trade show. It's like, might as well just get.
My dad went to the XL Centre. That's all bike show.
Yeah. No, I think even my parents sometimes go. They're like, oh, they don't even go to anything. They just go. Do you know there's a little cart, there's a little sky cart that goes over the river, and you can go in it to the XL. We don't go to anything, son. We just go and look at the XL and be like, oh, that's where all the Sheldons hang out. Because they just think everybody is like the Big Bang Theory, and so
Big
yeah.
Bang Bridge.
Big Bang Theory is cringe. My parents like it a lot. I legit liked the Big Bang Theory, and then they made one episode about cosplay that really just was not appropriate, and I was just like, it just totally put me off the entire show. It was just like this one. I mean, the show quality was going down at the same time, but it was kind of like that sort of rage quit moment. I was like, no, is that what they're going to act like? No. Oh God, I sound like one of those Hololive girls. I sound like the non-twin dog. Crone, that. Oh, did I tell you this? That's Michael, my friend in Tokyo.
Yeah.
That's the one Hololive girl who he casually watches. So every time,
Quite popular.
Yeah, every time I was like buying stuff, he was like, I don't care about it. And then he'd see like something, he goes, oh yeah, her, I watch her. And then you're like, I'd be like, oh, I know, okay, I do admit, I think I showed him a picture of Callie. I was buying something with Callie on it, and he's like, okay, who is that? Like, give me her contact details. That looks like someone I'd watch.
Hasn't watched. What? He never watched the legendary Callie Corone.
No, he's not.
The exposed stream.
No,
that's a legend.
Yeah, I'd have to say, I don't think he religiously watches it. But no, I did.
It's quite hard to religiously keep up with.
Yeah, no, even I like sometimes I'd be like, I watch like now. I seem to watch lots of Bijou and the twins. But then sometimes there'll be times where there'll be a stream I just didn't realise that was on. I know there's like member streams and stuff, but like just other times, just YouTube just won't tell me it's on, and I'll be like, oh, I probably would have watched that.
I love giving the notification bell, which you should do right now if you want to know more of all that stuff.
Yeah, just smash that notification bell. I like how we're getting so sidetracked. Like we're supposed to be talking about Megacon Live, but we're like, no, Hololive is amazing. Which is kind of because there is some Hololive stuff in Megacon Live. We can talk about that. So I got to Megacon Live. It's weird because it starts on the Saturday. Yeah. Do you want to know the last time MCM started on a Saturday?
2010.
You got that right, Rebecca. Well done.
Win.
You win. I don't know. I'm just trying to find a prize and just making sure everything's working. You win this figurine that is of the Wandering Witch. You can have it. No, you can't. That's actually a nice figure. I bought that in Mandarake in Japan, which you can see soon in Timothy in Japan Season 2. Timothy in Japan again. That has actually been...
The first season.
The first season's finished. Didn't you see the season finale?
No.
No, I finished the first...
This podcast will be constant.
Yeah, like it just goes on. It's like, oh no, like it just goes on about the other stuff. We only had 2 subjects. I realise this is like just like a train going off in different directions. So back to May 2010 was the last time MCM started on a Saturday. So I guess the fact that when it started on a Friday, it always starts way later on in the day, so you don't have to get there.
It was 2 p.m.
Yeah, it used to be 2 p.m. They'd moved it down to 10 a.m. But still, you know, you get a little bit of a lay in. So I was like, oh, God knows what hour, like the freezing. Don't forget, it's January. I'm not used to it being January and going to Comic-Con at the XL. So I'm like in the snow. If it had been snow, I'd have been in the snow, but there was no snow. But it was the vibe of the snow.
We had snow where we were.
Oh, fuck you. Oh, there goes my monetization.
Oh, I think we passed so many minutes for that.
Yeah, oh yes, we got past the 5 minutes. We don't need that. Right, so I was going there and I go, this is going to be an interesting day. It's either going to go there and it's going to be quite busy and it'll be like, oh, yay, quite busy. Or we're going to go there and there's going to be like 10 people there and it's going to be really like, oh. But then I was like, hey, a load of guests I want to meet are there, so I could just probably walk straight up and have a whole conversation with them. So the 2 guests I got to meet, which I did actually get conversations with. But yeah, we got there and I got in and there was like 5 people in the line and Selim was at the front. And I was like, oh boy, Selim, by the way, has his own YouTube channel. I think it's Giovanni Team Rocket Boss.
Yes, put that in there.
Yeah, we got it. I'm one of these people. We should call out our creators. Yeah. So he was there, and I was just doing a few pickups for the vlog, and it was just like I was like, okay, great. There's like 5 people, and it's 45 minutes before this thing starts, and there's like 5 of us here already for the con. And okay, I will admit the line grew and grew and grew, and. Okay, this is kind of where I kind of had my first kind of iffy moment with security. So, you know, you got to do security check.
Yeah.
And so you do the security check and you go in there and you walk in and what's it? And he was going through my bag. You know what it's like, they just go through your bag. He started picking up my big 360 tripod.
Yeah.
And he just started looking at it and being like, ooh, ooh. And then he sort of said something and I only could catch the, oh, that's okay. And then sort of put it back down. And I didn't think anything more of it at the time. Because it kind of goes back into where it's just like cinnamon rolls on the screen now. It's just like...
Yeah, just trying to see if I can find some...
Yeah, Rebecca's trying to find something.
Tripod.
Yeah, it's like... It's the my 360 one. It's just it's not I had that one in my hand. I had the electronic one in my hand at the time. And so he didn't like ask me about it or anything. So he just said, okay, yeah, I'll let that in. I'll let that through. Because literally all it is a tripod that like goes out. It has no bottom. Actually, it does have a bottom, but it was hidden in the bag somewhere. So it was smart of me because I would have got it taken away from me and that would have been a pain. Because even though I wasn't supposed to get that tripod, literally CEX sent it to me by mistake. So I've just outed myself from crime. But it's CEX, so who cares? But yeah. Oh god, and they want everyone to pronounce it as CX or what they want to pronounce it. I remember seeing a video about it and said no, they want to pronounce it as.
Okay.
That's right. And so what happens?
We are such professional podcasts.
I know. You never see just an episode of Trash Taste with like Gantz like doing his like cosplay making and Joey just goes on a whole tangent about and I don't know what Connor's doing. Connor's just probably it's like, guys, be professional. And he sees that, he's like, cinnamon roll. So we got in and it was nice. It was a pretty nice size. I will say the one thing that was lacking, they didn't have like any stalls that like, you know, the big stalls, the big booths, like I was about to say Microsoft's, but you know what I mean,
I really think they would get big booths in January.
No, and I know that was actually going to be my next point, but Rebecca has just said it. It was January, and I think everybody has no budget in January. Plus, it was a first-time con running there. So they probably were like, yeah, you're not ex-MCM size. So, really...
This is January.
Yeah.
We're currently in the middle of a cold snap.
Yeah, it is cold.
People will be low on budget.
Yeah.
They're trying to get near the end of the financial year.
Yeah.
So probably not the time to dish out all the budget for professional big boy company stalls is not there.
Yeah. So we had no. So we had no Nintendo. We had no video. We had no video game stores at all. None of the companies showed up.
No professional video game stores.
Professional, I think they made. They did have the gaming bus. You see that? The gaming bus is like a permanent fixture. At UK Cons out, that gaming bus. It's like I'd never been on it. Oh no, I've been on it once. Sorry,
we went on once when we went to that one con in Brighton.
That one con in Brighton. They ran a con in London last year, and no one went. That kind of states something we didn't. But yeah,
That's because I went to the same venue as Hyper Japan 22, and everyone hated that venue.
Yeah, that venue. This nice place, it just was not a nice venue or a good venue to run anything in. And I got to look around. I caught up with a load of people I hadn't seen since before last year. I was quite impressed. There was a lot of stores which I don't think I'd ever seen before, selling quite a big variety of things, of items that like stuff. Like there was one store selling a load of Hololive Dojin stuff, which I've never seen.
Hold it for a second, see if I try and find it.
You said she's gonna find the stuff. Like I can't believe I only bought stickers from that store. I kind of like. I should have said, oh yes, make sure you bring the Dojins. Don't worry, these aren't the grown-ups Dojins. They had them. We didn't buy any. Someone we might know may have bought some, but
I've actually buying some, but
Rebecca was just like, oh, my friends will like this, but not me. It was weird because I was in Japan. I just forgot. I just didn't get into any Dojins shops. I was like, there's so much Hololive stuff. It's just like you go into a 7-Eleven. It's like, oh, there's a Hololive collaboration going on in here, and it just distracts you. It just gets way too distracting. There's just way too much Hololive stuff going on. It's almost like you could live just off of Hololive collaborations in Japan. I know someone did that with Evangelion, and they figured out you could just live your life off. I've
got to bought them all.
Yeah, but every Evangelion promotion was going on at the same time. They figured out you could live your house life. You could live your life in the Evangelion bed with the Evangelion bed sheets and the Evangelion carp and the Evangelion house. An Evangelion car could get you to work, and if you couldn't get to work, then there's an Evangelion train, and there's an Evangelion boat and bus and. It's just like wild. Rebecca's just like, where did I put those Dojins?
Yeah, I found the Gunpla.
You found the Gunpla? Oh yes. So there was a whole store selling real good Gunpla, from what I could see. Even though I know nothing about Gunpla, even though I did a whole video about Gunpla. Yeah, and you got that one. That's what's his name from? Which from Mercury?
That's not right.
Yeah, Guy Ray, as I call him, and yeah, you got Ariel, who I know who Ariel is. I'm only 7 episodes in, but I know who Ariel is.
You finally got the ball scene.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm the episode before the ball, because on my preview. Don't forget, I'm watching a load of anime for later, because we're reviewing something later today. So I didn't have a chance to watch Mitch Witch from Mercury today. So yeah.
You haven't got the chance to see.
Yeah.
Redacted.
Yeah, redacted. But yeah, it's a. So yeah, that still looked like they had a lot of good stuff, because even in Japan.
It's called Rivals Corner. I think they're going to be at Anime Con as well.
Oh, that's good, because quite a lot of places. This is Anime Con UK, by the way. We just want to bring you that we're not going to certain other Anime Cons that may also be happening in London a couple of weeks later. We just want to make sure that nobody gets confused about those two.
Bad on those anyway.
Yeah, we're not going to the bad one. We're going to the new one that isn't run by anyone dodgy. We hope.
I think we're banned from the dodgy ones anyway.
Oh yeah, we're banned. Also, we're banned. We're banned from another one, but it's not because we were naughty. It was because we told the truth. I think she went on a whole rant in one of her thingies.
I didn't start that, by the way.
One of her panels about it. And then I was like, oh god, you're probably banned as well now.
I didn't that, by the way.
Yeah.
But I have actually got pictures of the Dojins.
Dojins?
I find them at the moment.
Oh, that's okay. So back to the Dojin store. So this guy, and it was like funny because I was talking about like the Tokyo Station collaboration, which I do have a vlog about coming soon. That is not episode 2 of season 2, by the way. But yeah, he was like, I can get you anything from that store. He's like, you just like put the order in. I'll just go and ask my friend in Japan. I was like, no, I was at the store, so I got a load of the stuff. Oh, nice. Oh, did you get any good cards in the?
I got a Radiant.
Oh, that's good. That's good. At least you got yourself a Radiant. I just love the chain Garfield. So you got. Tell everyone the ones you got, because you got them. I have done a short one of them.
Well, we've got. The person from the school just come back from Japan.
Yeah.
And they've got Bibu Mama's art book, and they had Rumoko's Mama's art book. So I bought those.
Yeah.
I got a Hololive art book, and I picked up a very funny Lycos Recall X John Wick Dushin.
Yeah.
Which was funny.
Which is doing its rounds on the internet right now, just so you
Yeah, I actually bought it and it's real.
Yeah. We should do a read along to that at some point.
I'll have to find it.
Yeah, we need to find it. No, because you can Google Lens it all and we can have really terrible translation. We can have like AI translations of it. We can just take the piss out of AI and how terrible AI translations can be. Talking about AI translations, did I ever tell you the story of the incident in the hotel in Fukuoka?
No.
Okay, so I'm in Fukuoka, which is a city that is the other side of Japan from the side where tourists go. Like, this is the only people like who are tourists who go here are people like Chris Abroad. Like, I think he's done a video there. I think Kate the Face is even actually one there as well. But this is like the more adventurous place. There are like no tourists. You're going to be like the only tourist from abroad at least, if you go over here. And I went into this hotel, really nice hotel, and the woman talks into this thing and she like says, oh, you have nothing to pay, and I'm like, oh, splendid. So like this translates into it, and then she talks into it again, and then she says, it comes out and says, wartime is at 10 o'clock, and it's just like her face is like I'm just like, I think you meant checkout is 10 o'clock. I really, really, really hope you mean checkout is at and this isn't some like declaration that initially I just imagine her like smashing through my door at 10 o'clock where I probably was like out of it by then because I was so tired at this point. Like a little soldier hat. And she's like, it's wartime! And it has a Nerf gun and goes pow 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 pow. I win the war.
Yes, it's not about what about
back to Megacon. And so there was a Dojin stall. There were lots of good figurine stores there.
Yeah. Brilliant.
There was some that aren't there. Lucky I didn't spot a lot of bootlegs.
That ability to near non-existent.
Because I will admit, the Megacon in Birmingham, there was a lot of bootlegs, and it did kind of make me go, oh, okay, that's a shame. But it seemed like this con, I think there was like 1 or 2 stalls I saw selling bootlegs, but you didn't see like, you know, those god awful lucky bags that are literally the exact, they're like from AliExpress.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, like, you can still see the AliExpress like labels on them and stuff like that, and I didn't see them. I mean, One stores that had bags like that, but they actually had official. I could see they actually had official stuff like on the store. So they probably had just bought bags that unfortunately looked really bootleg. There was a lot of good artists.
Yeah.
A lot of artists had Garfield stuff. I noticed it seemed to be the recurring.
Right.
Do you think it's because of the Garfield movie?
Or just because Garfield's a meme?
God, I hate to think how much Garfield stuff there's going to be after Garfield the movie comes out.
Who's going to buy quite a bit of that Garfield stuff?
I mean, God, how much meme stuff came out from the last Garfield movies? So I hate to think what this one's going to like produce.
I just want my Garfy Build-A-Bear. That's problem.
It's gonna be interesting. And what's it?
Garfy, my book.
Garfield the movie. That's gonna be good. That's this year it's coming out. It's not one of those things where they're like.
It's gonna be May.
May, you going to see it opening day?
I don't know yet.
You're going to go and see it opening week when you have time in that opening week to see it next time. First time you have, I have time for a cinema trip, I'm going to see Garfield.
Sometimes I feel a bit weird going by myself.
I go to the cinema by myself all the time.
I don't.
Does that make me weird? I quite enjoy it. I just like sitting. I like sitting in a dark room all by myself.
That doesn't make much change.
And what's it? Yeah, there was lots and lots of good artists, lots of horror live stuff.
Yeah.
Shockingly, no Gen 3.
Yeah, a lot of people holding out on that event.
Yeah,
people do gave me a sticker of the twin of my.
Yeah.
Which is now sitting in pride of place in my wallet.
Oh, that's good.
I'm going to come out as an absolute dog. It's like, show us your wallet, and like, there's a picture of 2 angry dog girls in there. I think.
Is this like the end of Part 3, JoJo Part 3? You know, where he's like on the plane and he pulls out like the photo of all of them. Is that like your photo that you look at when you?
Well, I had some other photos in there, but that's not podcast material.
Yeah, but yeah, no, just you have the twins in there, and they're like bow bow. But yeah, so shall we address kind of more the drama side of what happened at Megacon Live?
Security hated us.
Yeah,
hated you.
They hated me. So I actually did catch this on camera, but I actually didn't put it in the vlog. So we were re-entering the XL Centre. I was with Francis and Rebecca, and like I'm minding my own business, and all of a sudden 2 security like flank me, and they're like, "What's going?"
Me and Francis were laughing.
Yeah, they were finding this hilarious, and they're like, "What's going on here?" And then I was like, "I'm holding my 360 camera at the time." And I like, oh, it does have a big the big selfie stick. And I do understand that, like, it's annoying, but I can understand, like, they probably had banned really long selfie sticks. So I thought, okay, I'm getting told off for the selfie stick. And I'm literally like, I'm putting it down. Okay, boys, I'm sorry. Like, I'll place it away. I will not sin again. I didn't realise there was no rules against big selfie sticks. And then they're pointing at my costume and they're like, what's this? And I explained to them, I go, oh, it's my cosplay. And they were like, what's that? And I'm like, yeah, it's like the thing I'm dressing up as. And
I can't believe security found Daddy Tesco.
Yeah.
And
so, okay, to be fair, like, one of them kind of said, so this is part of the event. I'm like, yes. And I think I said, it's a parody. So this is when it was kicking in my head. I went, oh, no, they think I'm some sort of advert. And I went, oh, I'm so sorry. No, this is like a parody. Like, I don't think Tesco should really put great value cosplay in a post-Brexit world. I don't think they're that sort of company.
Yeah, Daddy Tesco wouldn't do that.
Daddy Tesco just wouldn't do that. And I will be fair. Like, one guy was just like, oh, cool. Yeah, like, okay. So you just have to check because we can't just have you running around, like, having an advert. And the other guy, he just had the longest face on him. And he was like, no. he's like, no, I'm going to call my superior, and like I have to, and I'm trying to leave, and the other guy is like came back. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm calling. Yeah, he probably does. And he's like, I am calling my superior, and it literally got to the point where one guy literally grabbed the other guy and pulled him out of the way and just said, just be on your way, just go, because like this one guy was just like so like trying to get in my face, like just saying that like he was going to call us, and he said this has actually happened to me once ages ago at a Hyper Japan, and literally the superior did come over, and the superior looked so ticked off when it happened. He was almost like, I'm a very busy man, what the F is going on? And he's just like, oh, this guy is like cosplaying, is that allowed? He's like, yes. What the fuck do you think this event is? And it's like, oh, okay. So I was like, oh great, we're gonna have a recreation of that famous. But no, they just left me alone after that. And
we were trying to get it on film.
Yeah, everyone, you were trying to film it and send it to my.
Trying to film it.
Yeah. I was going to get kicked out of the anime convention, and it was going to be, I mean, there would have good material on this channel. And, but yeah, but apparently security were just really, really strict on anyone with a camera.
Apparently, make get the license for
it. Yeah.
But they said they're going to try better for next time.
Yeah. So the outside areas by the steps, which I don't think Megacon had the exclusive rights to, a lot of people were, of course, getting their big cameras and lights out, and everyone was getting ushered along by the. But from what I'm hearing, is that some people inside like the hall where apparently it was allowed. I think they said something about no tripods, but you're like allowed other things like the big camera. They were told. So this is kind of like mine going, oh, thank God I only have a little like camera phone, 360 camera, which I don't think they superly care about. So it's interesting because now, did you see AnimeCon UK? You have to go and get a wristband now.
Yeah.
So I need to fill that all out. I know it's more for professionals, but I'm thinking my electronic.
The
electronic. Yeah, I'm just more. If I have that wristband and they ask me, I'd be like, I have the wristbands. So yeah, I probably do kind of consider electronic.
Is it a free one?
It's free. I did look it up. All you have to do is say that I have equipment. And I think more they want your address and phone number just in case they get a report that you've done something dodgy.
Yes.
It's one of them so that they know who you are. And if they're like, hey, you did something dodgy, we can call you and tell you off. Which I'm like, personally, I'm like, if it's the difference between not allowing cameras and allowing cameras, I'm okay with that. And plus, I do think Megacon had kind of an incident previously with not a particularly nice YouTuber. So I think that may have been another reason they were kind of like a bit thingy about just letting everybody run around with cameras. And yeah, so... But I haven't even talked about the guests at Megacon.
Yeah.
There
wasn't much food stalls that...
I just realised that. There was like... Did they actually have any food stalls at Megacon?
Only something already lay out for MCM. The ice creams are cheaper though.
Yeah, no, there was like no... You'd think they would have like some sort of like burger place inside there. I think they had a coffee shop. They had a coffee shop that was right next to the photo line, which...
It's like one of my friends messaged me and said, what's the line for?
Yeah.
And I said like British Sanji. Yeah,
British Sanji. So they had a lot of YouTube guests and they had a load of the PokeTubers, but I didn't get a chance to meet them. But they did have a YouTube cosplay creator called... His channel is called It's King's Chris. Or King Chris. And you've seen the vlog. I got to actually meet him. He's a really nice guy. I was chatting to him, saying
You were desperate to meet him.
I was desperate. He's really funny. He makes a really good Yor from Spy Family. I'm not joking. He does. And yeah, he just does like little video skits and stuff. And he's actually really funny. So I'm really happy that the con was like able to get him over. I know, I can't remember exactly where he's originally from, but I know he's not here in the UK. I know he's come over before, and the last time he came over, he like only came over for a really small like meet and greet event at that Naruto ramen place that I've not been to yet. And that's all he came over for, was like this random meet and greet. And I think by the time I found out about it, it had already happened. And I was like, damn, I'd have gone to that if I'd known. And so the fact he came back, he had a panel, but unfortunately I did miss it. I was probably in a line, which I will talk about in the next bit. And probably one of the biggest guests that was at Megacon, because he was only there on Saturday. And trust, I saw his autograph line. It was huge. Like literally within the first hour, it was a humongous line. That was, of course, Skylar, who you may also know as Sanji from live action One Piece, or as I have dubbed him, British Sanji. He's way better than that fake American Sanji from the 4Kids dub. And yeah, we were lucky enough to actually get to meet him. We had photo tickets, and he... this is the thing, okay, this is our other complaint about Megacon, is there was a sign up saying we're 20 minutes behind on like photos. And I was like, yeah, I probably still should get there a little bit early, because it's going to be a really, really massive line. Because I was like, I can already see his autograph line. It's like the biggest one in the whole convention. Because I think this is the first ever con he's done since One Piece.
Yeah.
So he's going to be in demand. And then he, like, I got over there, I found the line, because that's what people were like getting confused, because I think Veronica Taylor was, I think the person before still hadn't gone, so there were still people for the person before. And we just waited and waited and waited and waited. And I mean, by the time I was looking at the clock, I was like, this is like 50 minutes after we were supposed to start going in, and they still have not let anyone in. And lucky that's when they started letting people in. And I will say it actually did go quite smoothly, even though I did have to take my cosplay off, because the guy taking the photo was just like, you're white on white and the photo's just coming out really bad. So I was like, I have to take the car. He was so nice. I was chatting to him, and I was like, I love you, so cool as British Sanji, and the Britishness he liked my cosplay. He's like, oh my, he read it and he went, oh okay, that's really funny. That's that's a funny cosplay. And no, he was. I
think we're like people in front of us. They have their kid dressed as Luffy. They were trying to recreate the Shanks scene.
Yeah, that was so sweet. He took the hat off, and he was like wearing the hat. And yeah, it was so. He offered his hat to the kid, and the kid was like, "No, okay, I want the Luffy hat." I was like, "Oh, that's so." Because honest God, I especially mostly at Showmasters events. That's not usually where I go for photos. It is very next. And I still remember I went to meet Matt Lucas from Little Britain and Doctor Who, and there was like 3 people like in front of me, and this guy came up, shook his hand, and Matt Lucas just pushed him out of the way and refused to take his photo with him. And I was like, what the fuck did that guy do? And ever since then, when I've like gone to photo things, like, what happened that happens to me? Like, that would be so embarrassing. like he just he just would not take a photo of this guy. And yeah, so I was like, no, he was super nice. He was, I think it's like the first time he'd done anything like this since One Piece had come out. Because he had like done movies and shows before, but I think he did a lot of more gangster mafia films, which I think kind of helped him get the Sanji role. But now he's kind of like probably entered his entire new fan base. Like, wow, look at all these people who think, look at how big One Piece is. Because it's just come out on aren't they the new arcs on Netflix?
Yeah, they've actually got the new anime arc on Netflix.
They just gone, you know what, forget.
They just hit over 1,000 episodes.
It's like the Detective Conan dub that just goes, episode 300, 130. You know what, we're just going to start dubbing again at like episode 800 or something. Yeah, I noticed that their show. I actually may try to watch the new arc as it comes out because we got the One Piece coming out. That is a remake of the anime, and that's going to be like that's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting to see, and yeah. So I'm just trying to think what else happened at Megacon Live. We did get ice cream in the cold.
Yeah, we're stupid enough to get ice cream. It's cheaper than at MCM.
And we went on the Sky Kart again.
There's lots of good cosplay.
Oh yeah, I would say the cosplay level was actually quite high. Considering I was wearing a repeat. And
I was wearing a repeat and it wasn't looking very good.
But yeah, no, there was a lot of good. I didn't get to see the cosplay show. But yeah, there was.
Bees.
Oh, to have Dr. Bees. Oh, there was. I wish I got a photo. There was a really good Guts cosplayer as well. Who I took a photo.
I think I took that. You know that picture of that Guts cosplayer I was sending you.
Yeah. I got the Guts cosplayer. I posted that as my Twitter, as our Twitter post going. Yeah, I've got to meet Guts.
He's probably had a crap meal deal with Guts. Something's probably had tuna.
Yeah. I was going to put the Guts theme on. I just put the Guts theme on. But
crap.
Yeah. But yeah, there was this really good Guts cosplayer. There was just so many good. There was a really good. From Overwatch. I've forgotten his name. Reinhardt, isn't it? It's been so long since I played Overwatch. So long. And no, there was for the quality. Actually, I know. I'm just going to say this generally. The level of cosplay in the United Kingdom is actually extremely high. Every single MCM I go to, and I just see it getting better and better and better. And I just feel like I sit there going, one day there's just going to be no way that even with one of these wacky, gimmicky cosplays that I seem to be able to come up with, there's just going to be a day where even I would just become so irrelevant. Like the standard of cosplay is just going to be that wow,
Yeah, but I'm irrelevant.
No, you're not. People stop you for photos.
Yeah, people stop you for.
Yeah.
I'm working.
Yeah. Don't forget, we could do the meal deal cosplay.
That'd be great.
I'm half
grabbing down a monster.
What I'm half thinking of doing is getting like a sandwich cosplay, and then like sellotaping like a drink and a like packet of crisps to me, and then just have a big sign saying we're part of the meal deal. So I actually do have cosplay plans, and they may or may not be from Amazing Digital Circus. Rebecca's like, oh god, no, he's not joining the Amazing Digital Circus. Oh no, it wasn't. No, I do love Amazing Digital Circus, and
it is good, but I think that band's going to scare me.
Yeah,
it was a really good Clyde.
There were two really good. Actually, all the Amazing Digital Circus cosplays I saw looked really, really good. I saw at least two ponies who also looked. I
think one of the ponies got lost. Just like in the show.
Yeah. But yeah, they were really, really good. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing what future. And because I can tell you, I actually popped in the end of Sunday and I did actually see some of the other characters. Some more Digital Circus cosplayers. They had some of the other characters. I was like, oh, cool. Like, people are starting to cosplay the other characters. Just trying to think, was there anything more about Megacon Live we've forgotten about?
Trying to think. It's like it was really get around.
Yeah. I think a lot of this is everyone's sort of calling this MCM 2012 or pre-2012 edition.
There's lots of photo opportunities too.
That was good.
That told us good, except they flipping zip tied it.
I did see someone go in it earlier on, so they probably just didn't want people going into it.
I want to go on.
But I did like how they did the photo rules. I think that was more from the TikTok convention that was kind of supposed... Doc Fest that was kind of supposed to be going on, but I think they went, you know what, more people want to come to Megacon Live. Because the Birmingham one actually had its own section. Its own, like, you could only go in at certain times.
I heard, like, the Birmingham one is like...
Yeah.
The best people were harassing the cosplayers.
I heard that as well. Lucky it didn't happen to me, because I was a primogen there. And if I'd been pushed over, there would have been nobody to pick me back up. I would still be on that floor. I'd still be on that floor, Rebecca.
Be on the floor.
Where I belong.
I'd take over the book.
Yeah, take over the podcast, please. But yeah, I just love this idea of me on the floor. And you just going, welcome to Anime UK, and we now got rid of that joke. I'm so happy. He just makes YouTube shorts all the time, and I hate it.
I know I can't. That photo's failed.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, but overall, I think a lot of people. Okay, I did have a mixture of people. Some people have said some stalls didn't make a lot of money. Other stalls actually said they did well or better than they thought they would.
I think a lot of people. It's like, oh, this guy's like MCM. Yeah. And I know people who actually do MCM.
Yeah.
They say they make a lot of money at MCM.
Yeah.
They make most of their year's profits at MCM.
It's not MCM. It's not going to be MCM money.
No, because it's a small convention and it's bloody January.
Yeah. Just because it's the XL Centre doesn't mean it's MCM going to be MCM money.
And also, we're in the middle of a cold snap and there's lots of snow.
Yeah.
Blood around, probably scuffed a lot of people's travels.
Yeah, that as well. And so yeah, so of course a lot of photographers did get upset about the camera thing, which I don't understand. I would have been really upset if I was asked to stop filming. I would, trust me, I would be here ranting and raving about it. And so I was as lucky as I'm so low level that I'm still on a phone camera that so coming soon, maybe a big one, bigger camera, but I wasn't like, but I can understand why it would upset a lot of people. But everybody, the reoccurring thing is people say they like the vibe of Megacon Live. It had a good vibe, which I do agree, except for the terrible security, probably the terrible photography situation, and some of the bad autograph lines. Which actually a lot of things that used to be happening at MCM, we're just nostalgic for it, so we kind of forget. I can actually vouch a lot of those sort of things used to happen at classic MCM. So they probably did totally give us the pre-2012 MCM experience. But it was nice. The
vlog as well, outside was nothing was actually cordoned off.
Yeah.
Because they could trust us. Unlike MCM.
Yeah, they were just like, these weebs aren't going to destroy that statue again. Please don't destroy the statue. I think this convention will grow. It'll be interesting to see what time of the year it's on next year.
Yeah.
Because I think they did January this time because I think at the moment that was probably the only way they could run it this year. I could see them maybe moving it up to February or...
Come on, what a birthday con.
Yeah, I could potentially see them maybe moving it even up. Even maybe towards the end of January would be good. I liked it.
Because even the AnimeCon UK commercial, they also say put your stall in, it'll be past payday.
Yeah. So that
because in people get paid earlier in December.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least in 9 to 5 office jobs. So we got to wait till our regular January payday to get our pay. So we had to wait about a few days longer for pay. So vice versa.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see if they're in that same slot next year. I definitely think they'll run next year. I think it was a big enough success for them. And I liked having a con at the start of the year. I like being able to go to a convention in London at the start of the year and still have a conscience at the end of it.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Weeks as well.
Yeah, it is. I think that's 7 months between the two MCMs, even though there is like small events like MianiCon. But then that's like March, so you do like you always go out 4 months without an event, which is just always you're just sitting there going, I just want to go to anything. I'll go to London. I'll go to London Film or Comic-Con for God's sake.
Yeah, I know you're that desperate at times for content, but
yeah. I'm going to London Film Comic-Con because they actually have one of the One Piece actors going, so. I'm actually going to meet someone at the next London Film Comic Con, so I'm actually excited for that. Right, so that's Megacon. Shall we talk about our next thing?
Yeah.
So we're just trying to figure out so we're talking about, we didn't have really much of a chance to talk about anime. I think we're going to try this out. I think because we did a lot of like preview stuff. And I feel like sometimes those videos just turn into the same thing going, wow, 10,000 Ikigai series. And this is boring. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to just talk about anime we are watching at the moment. And so we're going to pick what we have picked one today.
What anime?
Yeah. So what anime have we picked to talk about today?
We're talking about Delicious in Dungeon, which is on Netflix.
Hooray! And it's not like really behind the actual broadcast.
And it's actually dubbed in multiple languages.
Yeah, and that was the thing. I put it on and it came up in English. And I went, what? It's dubbed already? As you know, I actually do like watching stuff dubbed because it's just way easier.
And the dub's not bad.
No, the dub is good. I've watched how many episodes have you seen so far?
2. There's only 2 so far.
Ben did, because I wasn't sure if the second episode had come out.
Second episode's already out, third episode's out tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow, yeah. I've seen the first 2 episodes, so I didn't want to go, oh yeah, this thing that happens here, and you go, Tim, that's a spoiler for me. So as you're the one who picked it, I think you should tell us what.
Delicious in Dungeon, or Dungeon Meshi as it's known in Japan, is the newest anime by Studio Trigger.
Mm-hmm. So
a lot of Trigger anime now streams on Netflix. And it's a fantasy anime, but it's not an isekai. But it's about cooking.
So
because the main just get up on
she needs to read the blurb. She needs to read the blurb. She's like, we're so well organised here in Anime UK. She needs to.
I'm being so organised.
So organised, so well organised. You can see.
Yeah, basically, we have a party of adventurers.
Yeah.
And got our main character, Lars, is a character dungeon which wipes out his family party and spouts his sister. Spying their entire supplies of belongings, Lars along with Marcille, an elven healer, and Chilchuck, a halfling thief. Immediately re-enters the dungeon determined to save Balin. Because remember, dragons have longer digesting times.
Oh, yes.
Like two of the party members go, now mate, like previous party, now mate, I'm out of here, bye. But dungeon is full of lots of opportunities for food. There's no Mackie D's or live through here. It's like, we're eating what's in the dungeon. But then they got four pierced names when they tried to cook. Because someone is not cooking their dungeon stuff properly. And thus, adventure begins. Delicious food, emails, and shenanigans ensue.
Cool. So, the show essentially starts with them fighting the dragon. And you're like, oh no, it's like another Ikigai. I don't need another one of this. And then there's the elf girl there, and I'm like, wow, it's all the trends at the moment. And literally, the sister is eaten. and
Is this an not for anime, folks?
oh god, it's not that. It's not one of them sister series. And so the main guy is like, I gotta get my sister back, and the last two sort of party members who haven't quit or been eaten are like, yo, I like the elf girl.
Marcille and Freeman are two completely different beasts.
They are.
Well,
I was worried when I first saw her. I was like, is this just going to be like budget Freeman? Like, I love Freeman, by the way.
Freeman's good.
Maybe that may be one of the future like things we review. But Freeman has like, I guess, made elf girls extremely popular. So I bet that whoever decided to license this out at this time, like, we have picked an absolutely amazing time to do this.
Marcille's just a dork. She just want to eat. She just want to eat. She just wants proper food. She just wants to go down to Mackey's and go eat a Big Mac or something.
See, I'm going to miss
McDonald's in the dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
If I ever copy Marcille, I'm going to have to picture me eating at different food joints.
Yes, you need to do that. I will admit, I really hate cooking shows. Like, to me, cooking shows is like the most boringest types of show that, like, I just always found them extremely boring. So I was a bit worried going into this, like, hearing it was a cooking show. But I don't know, it's just a very interesting take on like a cooking show, because they go to the dungeon and they're like, we don't want to eat this crap. This is like scary, like like crap. And then they find that oh my god, that mushroom's adorable. They find that mushroom.
That's delicious.
Yeah, I love mushrooms myself, and they try eating it and it tastes terrible. And I love the I'm trying to remember, is he a troll?
What it means, the dwarf.
The dwarf, that's
Sanji.
it, he's a dwarf. He's a dwarf. I love the dwarf. I think the dwarf character is actually my favourite. I do like Elf Girl, but
Sanji's a good boy.
I like
I can cook something out of this. Then they got like the whole.
Yeah.
We can actually make fried chicken out of this trap room.
Yeah. So they like will find a monster and they'll be like, "Hey, look at this monster. We can cook with this," because they're like so broke at the moment because they have to go and rescue this guy's sister and they have no party. And like I like that. I do like the whole like they're like if we are to go on exhibitions, it costs money, so we have like no money. Like I do kind of like that whole like you don't realise that actually doing this like adventure stuff actually costs money. We how do you think we get equipment and stuff? And it's really funny. And what's it? It's just when they go to that restaurant in the dungeon, and it's just like all the stuff they like you can cook and eat, and they're just like, oh wow, like we need to find this this thing. And it's just always that the elf girl's like, I don't want to eat this, and then it's always turns into a she actually ends up enjoying it. I mean, actually, this is really good food. Like,
or like when like, oh, I can smell pork.
Yeah.
Which you would totally do, wouldn't you, Tim?
Yeah, I like pork. But what's it? I like the bits. I do like in episode 2 that they gave the thief character a part.
Sure.
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah, because he gets mad at the dwarf because
Sanji.
Yeah, he's screwing up his like.
You're not doing it properly. Yeah,
he's not following his instructions to avoid traps. So he has. Yeah, and he kind of has okay, I won't help you. Like, you can just tell me how to do things. And then he's like, oh, I actually need to know advice on this one thing. And he's like, well, you told me you didn't want my advice. And like how they figure out the ways of cooking the meats through the traps. That they go, oh, we can actually cook all this stuff if we like set the trap here. And oh god, do you know in episode 2 of the book? You know where she's reading.
Yeah, like book's like, we're not killing the dogs. Don't kill dogs, by the way.
Yeah.
We're gonna use the bat.
It's just, she's just so like, okay, we're just gonna get a dog and like put it like get it to drag the thing out, and they're like, that kills the dog. And then that's when like the dwarf guy is like, you can just cut their heads off and they don't have the chance to scream and kill everyone. So it's going to be interesting though where they go. Have you read the manga or anything?
Not yet. I kind of want to.
Yeah, I do feel like it's one of those shows where it has a really good initial premise, but then they're just going to run out of things to do.
It's hard to know, really.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting when they start introducing other party members, which I presume they're doing because in the opening titles there's other people in it. So I'm like, oh, is it going to be one of them, their party's slowly going to grow and they'll get new party members every couple of episodes and... like, yeah, you know, these characters will bring new character dynamics and stuff. Because I do like the first 2 episodes, but at points I was like, is this every episode she's going to get really annoyed at them and then be like, actually, no, this is really good. I was like, oh God, this could get really repetitive if this is done in...
I've seen that.
Yeah, this could get like really like, it's cute, it's cool, it's cute, but... it does feel like it's going to be the really good relaxed show of the season, though. It does kind of might remind me of Pokemon Colosseum? Which is
also...
Yeah, it's sad it's only 4 episodes. That's the one complaint I got that entire series, it's only 4 episodes.
4 episodes, all the episodes are 15 long.
Yeah, but it looks like one of those shows that it takes a lot of money and a lot of effort to make. So probably why we only got 4 episodes at least to start off with. Which I hope there is a season 2 of that. Like, even if you don't like Pokemon, I actually do strongly recommend. Netflix actually looks like it has some quite good... I haven't been on Netflix for a while and I was actually going through it. It looked like it has a lot of good stuff. I'm liking the fact they're releasing this dubbed on the weeks it comes out. Because...
yeah. Netflix been notorious for not...
yeah.
Been notorious for being really bad with anime stuff.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
Very notorious.
A lot of stuff they will... Because they did Violet Evergarden.
Yeah.
And that was...
That's been caught in Netflix jails, they call it.
Yeah, that's why we have, Netflix jails. Because what will happen is they won't even show it the week it comes out, subtitled. They will like... go, oh, we're going to release this all together when the show's fully out. Yeah, stuff like the Shaman King reboot really suffered from this.
Shaman King would be
Kuni-chan Can't Communicate, I felt really suffered. And there's just a lot of shows that are like the initial hype. And Disney Plus does this as well. It's not just Netflix, Disney Plus, unfortunately.
Yeah, Disney Plus are very bad.
They just don't understand about piracy and that yes, people are willing to like go out their way to translate this stuff, which is wrong, but
okay, pretty much for some stuff like you can watch it weekly, but if you want to watch stuff in the UK legally, you've got to 10 episode buffer.
Yeah, stuff like Netflix or different countries have different rules, and I think Disney Plus have it as well. But if you're living in one country, you get it this time. You live in another country, you get it that time. It's not like it's the same damn service. I understand. I know you understand that there is shows that like one company will have the rights to and another company won't have the rights to. Because that's right with us. If anything normally goes on HBO Max, you're just not getting it, or you're going to really struggle to get it over here because we're not going to ever get HBO Max over here.
No.
So yeah, that really does suck. But that kind of work the other way. It's like apparently in America they have the rights. Netflix has the rights to the new Pokemon series, the one not with Ash, but they're not releasing it till March. Over here in the UK, you can get it on the BBC iPlayer for free, and they released it last month.
Wow.
So it shows you the bizarre rules. So here in the UK, we're getting it like 3 or 4 months before and for free, as long as you have a TV license. So yeah, it's like, okay, so one show is free in this country, comes out 4 months before, and in America, it comes out 4 months later and is behind a paid service. So yeah, streaming just never really overly makes sense.
Streaming is a pain in the backside.
Because there was one show last year I think I was going to watch, but it got put on Disney Plus. What was it? Undead.
Yeah, that's now Undead Unluck's now on Disney Plus. I think Pons.
Yeah.
Undead Unluck's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
5 and 6 on.
Yeah. Because I felt like that show, if it was on Crunchy or getting well done on Netflix, would have got way more of an audience. And then, of course, we have the whole High Dive. I heard something about High Dives apparently shutting down. That would be very interesting if it did happen. Just that they've never really made much efforts here in the UK. You've never been told you can get High Dive in this country. I've never seen them promote it that well.
Disney Plus don't really tend to promote their anime stuff.
Yeah. Because I know they got Bleach. They spent a load of money getting Bleach off of Crunchyroll. And, Crunchyroll had Bleach. They would just be like, yeah, we got Bleach. Awesome. And...
We're spending all the money on one before Netflix still the One Piece stuff.
They kind of already have. They've got their... Yeah. They got the main series now. I could see in the next few years that One Piece will be exclusively on Netflix because of how popular the live action series become. Yeah.
Well, Crunchy spent quite all their big Jujutsu Kaisen and stuff.
Do you think there's going to be a Jujutsu Kaisen live action now?
You see now, yeah.
It'd be interesting to see if there is a Jujutsu.
I'm also the person that plays live action Gojo.
Yeah.
I would feel really sorry for them.
Because I know the Yo-Yo Hakuro's live actions also come out on Netflix, which is apparently pretty good from what I've heard from people. I've not watched it yet, but I do want to watch it.
It's no live action One Piece.
Yeah. He's done it. Weird, like we got two live action Shonen Jump series so near to each other. It's like Shonen Jump have planned this, like we're gonna remake. Oh no, Shonen Jump are becoming the new Disney.
Have we lost you again?
Oh, have you? Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm about to say, Shonen Jump have become the new Disney. They're remaking everything.
That's because past properties made money and the newer ones don't make as much money. And everyone just lost nostalgia bugs.
Yeah, I know someone was at an event, I think one of the Star Wars events, and they just admitted it. They said, the live action movies make money, and when we make money, it means we can spend that money on more creative stuff. It's like one of the directors, I think, of one of the Netflix series, or one of the Disney Plus series was just saying it. Because, so they're kind of necessary evil. Like, just remember all that money is going, onto some, project like this. So, yeah. I'm trying to think. Oh. So, do you think Delicious in the Dungeon is going to be a good series?
It's one of those relaxing, not stress you out.
Mm-hmm.
Sit down, you're gonna have a nice relaxing time watching anime food being cooked.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to put your brain away, just sit down for 20 or so minutes and just watch everyone having watch everyone cook
Cool.
and catch
Cool.
and get grossed out by dungeon food. Just wish they had a McDonald's.
I'm hating to think the day they make like if McDonald's was in a fantasy land, how would that play out?
Well, if you watch certain Makoto Shinkai movies, they actually are. Is McDonald's actually in them as product placement?
Oh God, yes. We were watching that over Christmas, and oh,
It was a good movie though.
you did enjoy it. It was a good film. I do really enjoy his films. You said he got nominated for a Golden Globe. Of course, the Ghibli movie run out.
There is a picture floating around the internet of Harrison Ford with the chair.
Yeah, I've seen the chair, and that's such a cool photo. Whoever took that. I hope they bring the. I think the DVD is coming out soon because it was Crunchy that released that. Yeah, Crunchyroll released that over here. I was about to say Anime Limited. I'm going, no, this is the first time they did not release his film. So yeah, hopefully maybe we'll get something at an event soon with the chair. They didn't have it at the trade show. I can tell you that now. They did have Pikachu at the trade show though.
Yeah, you met mascot Megacon apparently.
Yeah, I like mascots.
I know you do.
I saw Barney there, and I was going to go up to him and go, "I have beef with you, Mister," but he got away before I could.
Probably his menacing aura.
You got aura. Yeah, just like Jojo, you just go up to Barney the dinosaur, go, "I have issues with you, sir. I am approaching you. This is not your imagination." But yeah, I think it's going to be a good series. I see it going one or two ways. That it stays too generic or form a mallet, and I probably may drop it, or it will actually develop these characters, which I'm hoping. That's why I was kind of like, I was happy they developed the thief and dwarf guy in the second episode. So I'm actually kind of interested to see this main character, because mainly all we know is that he's trying to save his sister, and we don't really know anything about him. So that's why I'm like, okay, there could be some good character growth. It's going to be interesting to see how long it's going to take them to say, is this going to be a whole series story arc, or is this going to be like slightly into the series where they save her and then they go on to other adventures, because now they probably got a whole new group. It's going to be interesting to see the way it's going to go. So is there anything else you'd like to say about Delicious in the Dungeon?
I'm already showing off it.
What?
You can soon put all the figures.
You can see the figures. You can tell there's going to be figures and merchandise.
You know people are going to buy it.
Yeah. Do you think there's going to be Nendroids?
Oh, they're already announced.
Oh, okay.
Prototypes.
Oh, brilliant. So that's good. That's good. So there will be an Nendroid.
Marcille as well.
What? There will be an Nendroid sometime in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
So that's good. So hopefully the hype doesn't die down in the next 5 years. We can all enjoy it. We will enjoy our little Nendroids in 5 years' time. Right. I think that's a wrap for today.
Yep.
It's good to be back, isn't it?
About time.
It's about time. So
I'm in my now all the time. You took over the channel basically.
I know, but it's good to have you back, Rebecca. It's good to get back into a routine, and let's try and make 2024 the year we do a ton of podcasts episodes. Sorry, because I'm worried that I probably sworn way too much in this episode. We're going to get the yellow checker mark.
No Pokemon cards for
Yeah,
no Pokemon cards for Tim.
No Pokemon cards for Tim as punishment. Oh well, it's okay. I got a whole bag of unopened packs upstairs.
Yeah, it was disgusting seeing how much Pokemon
cards he has. What? It is. If you open that many, you're gonna have to have a load in supply. Anyway, it's been lovely to be back. It's been wonderful to have Rebecca back. It has been lonely, and it's good to have you back by my side. Don't forget that we are also on Twitter at AnimeUK, and we are on Instagram at AnimeUK0. And I think it's time to say goodbye now. Okay. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye. And 5 seconds. Stop recording. Yay! We did that. It's good to be back, actually.